What up, little babies? It's your girl Neek. If you're new, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and like the video. Today we're going to be discussing Powerbook 3, episode 5, Raising Kanan. It was a lot going on in this episode. I just want to run through it really quickly. This is my first thoughts, first impressions. A really quick talk about the episode that just played on, that we just watched last night. Well, I just finished watching it. So while it's fresh, I want to talk about it. Now, before we get started, I would like to ask you guys, is that Keisha Cole singing in the intro? If so, her voice is still beautiful and she is still getting a check. Big ups to Keisha Cole. If that's her singing in the intro, I'm really not sure. Comment below and let me know what you guys think. Is that Keisha Cole? The first thing I want to get into is Marvin. Marvin removes the dead body that was causing the horrible smell in the closet. Remember, Kanan was like, what's that smell? Everybody was wondering, what was that smell? And I don't think anyone really realized, or I don't think anyone remembered that they had forgot that they had put the body in the dead body in the wall. While we're talking about Marvin, let's get into his anger management. Him and his teacher was having a one-on-one, and she was just letting him know, like, look, if you don't talk to me, I'm gonna just go back and tell the judge that you're not being, you're not trying at all. So he ended up letting her know, like, look, I got a daughter, she's mad at me or whatever. And I mean, that's what's upsetting him, that him and Juke is not getting along. Marvin actually found the white girl that was snitching on him. So he's creeping up on her, but this police is like riding his tail the entire time. So I don't think he's going to be able to creep up on her the way he wants to, because this police officer that's behind him is really going after him. He's like riding his coattail the entire time throughout the show. Let's talk about Kanan and Rock. Kanan and Rock, they go camping, and Detective Howard is actually looking for Kanan while they're camping. He stops Jukebox and asks Jukebox, like, where can I find Kanan? And she's like, I don't know, he's gone or whatever. And while they're camping, these two Italians are scoping out the place. They're watching them, and they end up getting into a fight with the Italians, Rock and Kanan, which ultimately had Kanan pull out a gun, which was not his gun. It was actually the gun that the Italians had that they dropped on the floor, which we all thought that scene was he was catching a body, which he really wasn't. I think Kanan is too young to be catching bodies, but it's crazy how his mom is letting him, Rock and Kanan are, they're taking bodies and they're digging up graves for them. And she's letting him do that, but he can't talk to some white girl. So the white girl is some girl working at the cabin. And Rock keeps telling Kanan, please stop talking to these white girls because they're going to end up getting you killed. But one of the Italians had a beef with Kanan because he was talking to the white girl. They don't want that to be happening, or especially around that day and age. They don't. Now let's talk about Crown and Lulu. The beef is really starting to thicken with these two. They just are not seeing eye to eye. I don't know what these two are. They acting like they have a relationship with each other, like a bad relationship gone wrong, like Krishan, Rock, and Blueface. Like, it's just not giving partners. You know what I'm saying? Lulu is taking more control over the studio, which he's not a producer. He's just putting the money in. And speaking of Lulu, he actually gave away Juke's song that she wrote. I think she wrote it to the white girl or wrote it about the white girl, but they stole the song and gave it to Siwa. So Lulu was letting her know, like, look, you can still get writing credit. You can still get writing credits on this song. That's where the money is at anyway. And she just wasn't hearing that. And I think it was kind of fucked up that they stole her song too, but that's the business. It's just showing you the business side of everything. They steal people's songs. They steal people's music. They steal people, their masters and stuff like that. They steal stuff. They steal those things from artists. So That wasn't a big surprise for me. It wasn't expected either. But speaking of Juke, she actually went to church with her mom and she sang. And when I say this girl had me crying, I was literally in here crying because the song was just so beautiful. Her voice is so beautiful. Shout out to Juke, man. I know she played in some Broadway a musical or something like that on Broadway. And shout out to her. Good looking for whoever cast is casting. Whoever did the casting, they did a great job at finding these folks. Even Kanan looks like 50 Cent. He even talks like him as well. That's the crazy part. Now, Detective Burt has brought in the side piece of Detective Howard's. And she's grilling her, asking her questions, wondering what's up with her partner, which that was so illegal. She should not do it. I mean, it's not like Howard is the suspect in this case of he didn't shoot himself. So why are you bringing in his side chick? That made no sense to me. Well, it actually made sense because she found out now that he has a son. But I think she is prying too much. And that's going to cause a domino effect. And he figured it out when he talked to his side piece, and that's gonna cause friction between the two. I don't know why she continues to press the issue, but she's gonna end up finding out about Kanan, and I mean the only way she's gonna figure out. I mean, no telling what she does next.